So in the today's class we will discuss about this user defined manipulators. So in the previous classes we have seen we are in the topic of this basics of formatted IO. Basics of formatted IO. It is nothing but I just, if I want to uh, specify, or if you want to display the output in the specified format, or if you want to take the input from the specified format, then those can be done in by using three ways. That is, the first one is using IOS class member functions, and the second one is using standard manipulators. Standard manipulators which are there in IO manipulator.h header file, and the third way is using user defined manipulators. So in the today's class we will discuss about this user defined manipulators. So hope you are clear with these two topics, right? So in the iOS class, we have total how many methods are there? Width method, width function, and what are the different functions? Width, precision, next
Fill,
fill,
setf,
setf.
and setf.
Unsettled.
Okay. So these are the 5 methods which are there in the iOS class member functions, by using which I can do this formatting of input output. And in case of this IO manipulator, width is exactly similar to set W. We have precision, set precision, and fill, set fill, and setf, set iOS flags, and unsetf, reset iOS flags. Extra we will have this endl,
Endl, ws.
WS, removing white spaces, and NDS. This is nothing but NDS string with some special character. Okay, these are the extra. Okay, so all these are the manipulators. Okay, standard manipulators which are there in the IO manipulator.h header file. And the next one is your user defined manipulator. Means if I want to display the output in the specified format, it is based on the user. If user wants to display the output in the specified format, then I can use this user defined manipulators. In case of C++, user can define and use manipulator similar to built-in manipulators. So till now, whatever we discussed, those are built-in manipulators. So because these are already defined within the compiler itself, so these are already there in the iOS class member function, and these are already there in the IO manipulator.h header file. So that's why these are called built-in manipulator. In the same manner, like built-in data types, I can create my own data type by using user-defined data types, like class or structure or the user-defined user to create the user-defined data types. In the same manner, by using this built-in manipulators also, I can create user-defined manipulators. User-defined manipulators also, it is not like we are creating a new manipulator. It is also by using this built-in manipulators only. Because in case of this structure also, I am creating my own my own data type. It is not that I am creating a new data type. It is by using int. So the student contains int character of something, this one character name, and int name, next int roll number, something like this, and float marks. Okay, by using these built-in data types only, I am creating a user defined data type. In the same manner, by using these built-in manipulators, I can create my own manipulator. These are called user defined manipulator or user manipulator. So as per the users and desire to control the format of input output, if you want to control the input output, or if you want to format the input output by using a user wants to specify, or user wants to display the output in the specified format, then user can control this by using this user defined manipulators. And what is the syntax for creating a user defined manipulator is, first, because all these manipulators of OStream class only, that's why it is OStream. That what is the meaning of this one is nothing but it is a OStream class. That is nothing but it is returning the object. Okay, it is returning the object. Okay, it is an example of returning object. And here I am placing this ampersand and manipulator name. What is the name of the manipulator? Okay, I just want, I can create, I can give my own name. Okay, my manipulator, something like this. And this is OStream ampersand output. Okay, this is an object of this one. So it is a reference. I'm creating the reference for this OStream. And after this one, I am returning this output, because as I'm returning object of the class, I have to place this one. So here manipulator is the name of the manipulator under creation. So what is this manipulator underscore name is nothing but what is the name of the manipulator. For example, if I'm taking like OStream and ampersand, unit is the name of the manipulator, and OStream ampersand m out. M out is an object or reference of this OStream class, and m out inches. So that is nothing but ఏదైనా మన అవుట్పుట్ ఏదైనా cout ఇక్కడ 36 అని పెట్టి యూనిట్ అని ఇచ్చాను అనుకోండి, then it will go to this unit and 36 inches అని వస్తుంది అవుట్పుట్ అంతే. Because unit is not there. Okay, this manipulator is not there, unit is not, directly I can display over here inches ani, But by using this user defined manipulator, if I want to display like whenever I am using this unit in my program, like cout a, whenever I am using this unit, I have to get like inches, okay, or something like this. I have to get this output like 36 inch ila display avali, okay, 36 inch and display avali. But this is not there in the because I want to display the output in the specified format like 36 inches. Then I have to use this cout 36, and I have to use double quotes and I have to use single quote in this manner. But I just want to define a manipulator, that is my user defined manipulator. I want to define a manipulator which is also called as user defined manipulator. User defined manipulator. Whenever I am using that user defined manipulator, I have to get the output like 36 inches in this manner. Then how can I write is stream, and because the syntax is stream, because it will return this stream object only. Ampersand unit, unit is the name of the manipulator, and stream ampersand mout. Mout is a reference to this stream. And after this one mout, I'm writing like mout, this is an object of this stream class, so that's why I have to use insertion operator. So mout insertion operator in chess, and return mout. So whenever I am using this unit, automatically it will display 36 inches. Or if I want to display like this, then I have to write here, I have to write like this mout in this manner. Then whenever I am using this unit, automatically unit is replaced with this 36 inches. All of it clear, right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Right. So these are called user-defined manipulators or user-defined manipulator functions. So the programmer can also define his own manipulator according to the requirement of the program. So what is the syntax for this one is, first you have to write this stream and ampersand manipulator name, or stream ampersand అనొచ్చు, లేకపోతే ampersand manipulator name and stream, and it will always take an object of this stream. It is not an object, it is a reference of this stream plus. And I can write these statements, and I have to return whatever the reference that I am creating, that I have to return, so that it is because what is the data type of this one stream only. So that's why what should be the return type of this one stream only. So here m name is nothing but name of the manipulator. So user defined output functions, like ఇక్కడ మనకి tab అని ఇస్తే నాకు tab space రావాలి, బట్ జనరల్ గా నేను tab ని నేను ఎలా ఇవ్వచ్చు, just I can give like cout 1 and I have to give /t, and after this one 2, and I have to give /t, and I have to give 3 in this manner. But I just want to use a manipulator, okay, which is nothing but tab. So I'm creating a user defined manipulator. Whenever I'm using this tab over here, so it is exactly similar to this one. Endel anedi manipulator, it's a standard manipulator, but inside this standard manipulator, how that will be done is like by using this one only. Okay, so how they will return inside this endel is stream, because the syntax to create a new manipulator. So what is the user defined manipulator is stream ampersand, and here they will place as endel. Inside this one, what is the, it will always take an object of this one, object or reference of this stream class only. So I will write ampersand wo, and here I will write wo /n, and after this one return wo. So whenever I am using this endel, automatically it will come to this one. Okay, so within this endel we have written this /n. So indirectly endel is nothing but which is a manipulator which is doing this. All of it clear, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is a simple example. Like I'm creating a tab manipulator, so which is a user defined manipulator. When I'm using tab, automatically there is a manipulator. So if I want to create this user defined manipulator, the syntax is stream ampersand and name of the manipulator, and it is always taking the stream class reference as an object, this reference as a parameter. So I'm creating this reference, and inside this one I have to write whatever the manipulator that I want to do, that I have to write like, because it is an object of stream class, so always I have to write like this one. Okay, insertion operator, and it is using this tab, and I'm returning because it is returning this stream type. So that's why ampersand, it is actually stream ampersand. Okay, so it is returning a reference object of this stream class. It is returning an object of it is returning this reference of stream class. So as stream reference is so that's why directly I can call this return wo. Okay, so this is this one. So working of tab manipulator, so how it is done. Okay, so first this is WoStream ampersand is the return type. That is nothing but it is returning and reference of WoStream type. And what is the name of the manipulator? That is the tab, and it is taking one parameter which is a reference type of WoStream class only. And this is the code for manipulators. So whenever I am writing this tab, automatically it will call the manipulator, so that it will go to this manipulator and it will execute that, and after this one it will return again. So we will see one of the example program of this manipulator. So what is this one is, I just want to create a user defined manipulator which is having the 10 column width. So width, if I want to specify, then I have to use this set w of 10. Next, 3-digit precision means it has to display the output in 3 digits only. Before decimal point to after decimal point కలిపి only maximum 3 digits రావాలి. So that's why I have to use this set precision of 3. And after this one, it should be left justified. So for justification, what I have to use? Can anyone tell? Flags. Very good. Okay. So for this one, I have to use the flags which are there in the iOS member function. So that's why I have to use setf method. Okay. I can use setf. Actually, I am using not this one. These are standard manipulators. I am using only iOS class member function. So that's why this is your width. So width of 10, and this is your precision. So precision of 3, and here I have to left justified, I have to use this setf. So setf will take 2 parameters, the first one argument 1 and argument 2. So second argument is the type, that is the bit field. So here I have to use adjust field, and the first parameter is what is the type of the flag. So I have left, right and internal. So it is left justified కాబట్టి left and internal, and filling unused space with hash character. So I have to use which method? I have to fill unused space with
Fill.
so fill method. So fill method of yeah. And next, display the trailing zeros. So whatever the trailing zeros, if I want to display, then I have to use show point. Okay. So all of you mute. So if I want to display this trailing zeros, so whatever the numbers are there, so if I want to display those zeros, then I have to use show point and display the sign of the member. So if I want to display positive or negative, then I have to use show positive. Okay. So for this, these are the flags that are there. So this is the trailing zeros means iOS show point. So these are all the iOS class member functions and flags. So by using these flags, I am creating a new manipulator. So that manipulator should contain the width as 10, column width, and it should display the precision of only 3. That is nothing but before decimal point, after decimal point, it has to display only 3 digits, and it should be left justified, and it should be filled with unused spaces with the hash character, and it should display trailing zeros, and it should display the sign of the number. So all these are built-in manipulators only. But by using these built-in manipulators, I just want to create my own manipulator, that is user-defined manipulators. So for this one, what is the syntax? This is the iostream.h and conio.h and iomanipulator.h, and I am creating my own manipulator. So for this one, I have to use this WoStream ampersand. Okay, I have to use this WoStream ampersand. That is nothing but it is returning this reference. And what is the name of the manipulator? Manip or something, my manipulator. Okay, you can give your own manipulator name, and it is always taking one reference of this WoStream class as parameter. So WoStream ampersand out. So for the first one is your width I have to set. So it is an object of WoStream class only. So directly I can write out.width. If I am using this iOS class, then I have to use out.cout dot or out dot. Okay, because out is an object of this WoStream class. It is a reference to this WoStream class. So that's why out.width. But whenever I am using this standard manipulators, then I have to use setw. Okay, setw is different. Okay, setw, I have to use like cout setw, but here I have to use cout.width. Okay, so I am using here out is an object of this WoStream class. Directly I can use out.width because I am setting the width to 10. And the precision here, actually spelling is precision, precision, I am setting to 3. And for justification, I have to use this adjust field, and in that I am using this left. And I just want to fill with empty spaces with hash characters. So that's why I am using out.fill hash, and I want to display trailing zeros. So that's why I am using setf flag with iOS show point, and I just want to display the sign. So that is nothing but positive sign I just want to display. Then I can write like display positive sign. So positive sign రావాలంటే iOS show positive and return out. So this is about this manipulators. So if I want to use this manipulator, just I am using this cout manip. So this is your manip. So what is this manipulator? Because what is the name of the manipulator that you are creating? Manip only. So whenever I am using this 1.2, so what is the output that you can expect is, because it has to set the width to 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So after setting the width, then it has to display 2, next 0.1. Okay, like this 1.2. So 1.2, that is nothing but this is your precision. Okay, before after it has to display 3, so that's why 1.20. Okay, so here 0 will be there, and this is your 2, and this is 1.20. And after this one, it has to display the empty spaces with hash. So it has to display like this, hash, hash, hash. Yeah, and after this one, it has to display the show point. So we will see what is show point. And show positive means it has to show this plus sign. So here it has to show plus sign. So we will see this program. So here I am taking this hash include IO stream, and this is your IO manipulator, and using namespace, and I'm creating a O stream ampersand manipulator. Okay, this is your O stream, because if I want to create user defined manipulator, I have to use this O stream, and this is your name of the manipulator. I can use in this manner also, O stream ampersand and JP manipulator. Okay, and after this one, because it will return this O stream reference as parameter, and manipulator is the name of the, I can give my own my manipulator. Okay, I can give anything. Okay, my manipulator or user defined manipulator or anything. So my manipulator, and it is always taking an object reference as a parameter. So O stream ampersand output. And after this one, so first I am setting the width to 10, and I am setting the precision to 3, and after this one I am setting the flag, so which is nothing but I just want to display the output in the left justification, and unused spaces I want to fill with hash character, and I just want to set the flag, which are nothing but these are single which are taking single flag. These are the setup method which is taking 2 flags. In case of 2 flags, the second should be always bit field. There are 3 bit fields are there. One is the adjust field, another is the float field, and the next one is your base field. In case of adjust field, we have 3 flags: iOS left, iOS right, and iOS internal. And in case of this base field, we have 3, that is iOS decimal, iOS octal, iOS hexadecimal. In case of this float field, we have 2, that is iOS fixed, iOS scientific. So show point, which is used to display the trailing zeros, we will see that. And this is your show positive, that is nothing but I just want to display the positive sign before the number. So all these are over. Next, I am returning this out, and now I am within the int main. I am using this manipulator. So the name is changed, this is my manipulator. So this my manipulator, I just want to display 1.234. I will save this program, and after this one I will try to compile this. Okay, yeah, there are no compilation errors. Now I will try to run this program. Yeah, hope the screen is visible, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is your left, because I'm making it as left justification. It is displaying the output in this format, like it is not starting from right side, it is displaying from left. And what is this one? Width I have to 10, so that's why 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So if you calculate this one, okay, so it is total width is 10 only, because this is your plus 1, 2 point, also it is taking 3, 4, 5, and 5. 5 after 5, this is 5 hash symbols, that is nothing but total 10 width. And precision also 3, because it has to be, precision is always nothing but this before decimal point and after decimal point. If you combine both, how many digits should be there, that is your precision. So because before decimal point 1 is there, and after decimal point 2, 3, so there are total 3 digits. So what is this precision? Because in some compilers it is doing like after decimal point how many digits should be there, that is your precision. In some of the textbooks also they will return like this only, like after point how many digits should be displayed, that is indicated by using this precision. But in practicality what it is doing is, before decimal point and after decimal point, how many digits should be there. That is your precision. Clear? Left clear, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And the next one is your set flag. I am setting the flag and I am adjusting. Generally, this will display from right to left. That is 1.3, tarvata 2, tarvata point, tarvata 1. And before that one, whatever the empty spaces are there, those will be displayed by using hash. But as I am using this alignment like left justification, so it is displaying from left. And show point is which is used to show the point. Okay, this decimal point. And show positive is nothing but should be because it is showing this positive sign. So this is an output, and I will just see. I will just change it to right. I will just change it to right, and I will save this program, and I will try to compile this program. Yeah, compilation successful. Now I will try to run this program. So you can see, you can observe, right? So if I make it as right justification, so whenever I make it as right justification, then the output is displaying from right side. So that's why 3, 2.1 and next plus sign. Okay, plus is nothing but that is show positive, and show point is nothing but this point will be shown, and these are all empty spaces which will be filled with this special character, that is hash. And if I place this as internal, we will see. If I place it as internal, so because there are adjust field, in case of this adjust field, we have 3 values, that is left alignment and right alignment and internal. We will see. We will compile this program. Once the compilation is successful, I will try to run this program. So in case of this internal, so what it is doing, 1.23 is displaying here, but plus is displaying at this place. Okay, clear, right? It is displaying like 1.23 and positive is displaying over here. So these are the 3 adjust fields we are displaying. But what is the concept that you have to understand over here is, I am creating a new new manipulator, which is what is the purpose of this new manipulator? Because I am creating a user defined manipulator only, but even that user defined manipulator is using this predefined manipulators or built-in manipulators. By using this built-in manipulators, I am creating a new manipulator, and whenever I am using that manipulator, it is doing all those it is applying all those formatting to the particular output, corresponding output. In the same manner, if I want to create the tab space, then I have to create like o stream ampersand. I have to create tab, and this will take an object of this one only. So I can give anything o. Okay, so and after this one, this o dot. Okay, so this is nothing but o. I will insert. Okay, this is your o, and I will insert with this tab space. So I will take this tab space, and after this one, it has to return that value. So I have to create return o. Once this is done, so I will write like I will apply again this I will first I will apply this tab. Tab is the manipulator, and after this one again I will apply this my manipulator, and I just want to display some other number like 56.78. Okay, all of you following, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is a manipulator. This is a program which will contain 2 manipulators. One is the my manipulator, which is displaying that output within this and precision is 3, and it is setting the this one. Okay, I will take it as left only because by default it is right alignment. I'm taking left alignment, and after this one, whatever the characters that are there, it will be filled with this one, and show point and show position. Okay, all these things. So I will try to compile this program. Because first what it will do, this my manipulator is applied to this 1.234, so that it will display the output according to this one, width, precision, everything. And after this one, I used this tab manipulator, so it is taking this tab space. After this one, again my manipulator is applied to this 56.29, 56.78. I will run this program. So you can observe, right? All of you following, right? Yeah.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Which is your first one? So I am using positive sign and 1.23 because it is left alignment. So 1.23, and after this one it is displaying. And the second one after tab means it is to going to this one tab. This is the O stream tab, and after this one it is giving this tab space. Once this tab space is there, and again it is giving this tab space. This is the tab space, total 8 spaces. And after this one again 56.78. So it is setting this width. So it is total 10 width. And after that one precision 3, nothing but always it is before decimal point, after decimal point. Well, say 3 avali, but that too it is rounded. So that's why after this point, after this digit, it is greater than 5. So that's why it is rounded to 56.8. And after this one, this is your this one and left alignment. So that's why the output is left aligned, and it is empty spaces will be filled with this hash character. So total 5 empty spaces will be filled. Show point, it is showing the point, and show positive means it is showing the positive sign. So clear, right? All of you clear, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is your next topic. That is nothing but what is this file input output and classes of this stream.h. So till now we have discussed about this input output operation only, but input output operation that are done on the standard input devices and standard output devices. Standard input device and standard output device. So whatever the operations that I can do, this input output operation that I can do on the standard input device and standard output device. Standard input device means I will use this keyboard is the standard input device and monitor is the standard output device. But if I want to do these operations on the files, so I just want to do these operations because I just want to take the data from the file and I want to display the data onto the file. So for this purpose, I have to use this file input output. So there are a number of classes are there in this file input output also. We will discuss in detail. So this is file input output and classes of this stream.h. So a stream is nothing but a flow of data. We have this seen. It is a group of bytes which are nothing but flow of data. So if from my program, if I want to take the data from the keyboard, first this keyboard has to take the data, whatever the data that entered by the keyboard, that has to be placed on the iStream. So this iStream is a flow of data bytes. Okay, this iStream. From this iStream, I will take the data into the program. So this is your iStream. And in the same manner, if I want to display the data onto the monitor, if I want to display the from my program, I want to display the data onto the monitor. So directly I cannot interact with the monitor. Before this one, we have a stream which is called OStream. So from this one, first whatever the data that I want to insert, that will be entered into the OStream, and from this OStream it will be entered into the monitor. So this iStream and OStream, these are the sequence of bytes or flow of data, which is nothing but flow of data. This stream is nothing but flow of data. This from my program, I can take the data from the keyboard, that is also flow through this iStream. And from my program, if I want to display the data onto the monitor, then that is also flow through this OStream object or OStream class. In the object-oriented programming, the streams are controlled using these classes. So every stream will have its own class. Like if I want to do this input operation, then I have iStream class. If I want to do this output operation, then I have OStream class. If I want to do both input and output, then I have IOStream class. So the operations with the files mainly consist of two types. So in the same manner, whatever the operations that I am doing using this standard input device, in the same manner, if I want to do the operations from my program, this is your program like .cpp. I just want to take the data from the file. Unlike not like keyboard, I want to take the data, already data is there in the file. That is nothing but text file. If I want to interact with that one, there is one more stream called fstream. So that is your ifstream. In case of this files, we have this fstream class. So ifstream is an object of this OStream, fstream class, which is used to take the data from the files, and it is giving to the program. So that is nothing but ifstream. And in the same manner, if from my program, okay, from my program, I want to insert the data into the file. So that may be text file, PDF file, anything. But for this one, we have a stream. Intermediate, we have a stream called OStream class. OFstream, okay, OFstream class. So C++ provides various classes as shown in the below figure. We'll see that in detail. So these are the different classes to perform these operations. So if I want to do this input output operations, then I have to use this classes. So IOS class is the base class. So for all the classes which are used to do this input output operation, the IOS is the base class. All other classes are derived from the IOS class. These classes contain several member functions that perform input and output operations. So class is nothing but it will contain both data members and member functions. So these classes, whatever the classes, that is nothing but IOS class. Okay, IOS class. From this IOS class, we can derive different classes. We will see that hierarchy. And the stream buffer class has low level routines for controlling the data buffer. If I want to control that particular buffer, we are using this stream buffer class. So this is a very important question. They'll ask for 5 marks, like what is the hierarchy of stream classes? Okay, what is the hierarchy of stream classes? So iOS is the base class. So this is input output system class. That is your iOS is a base class. Generally, the arrow direction should be in this manner, but some of the textbooks will keep like this. So generally, inheritance and a arrow and it should be always like because from class A, I am inheriting all the properties into the class B. So I have to put the direction in this manner. B is a class which is inheriting from properties from the class A. So what is the definition for inheritance? Deriving a new class from existing class or inheriting the properties from one class to another class. So whatever the class that is newly created is also called as derived class. This is also called as derived class or child class or subclass. And from whatever the class from which this class is derived is called parent class. Okay, this is called parent class, or this may be called as super class, or it may called as derived and base class. Okay, so iOS is the base class or super class for every other classes that are which are used to do this input output operations. So iOS is the base class. From this iOS class, we are inheriting this iStream class and OStream class, and we are having a iOS class. We are having a pointer. Okay, that is called stream buffer. Okay, this is the stream buffer, and both these iStream classes and OStream classes. Okay, we will discuss at the time of this inheritance. Okay, so from iOStream is a class which is derived from both this iStream class and OStream class. Actually, this is called multiple inheritance. Okay, deriving a class from 2 or more base classes is called multiple inheritance, because as iOStream is a class which is derived from both this iStream class and OStream class at the same time. So this concept is called multiple inheritance. Multiple. Okay, we have different types of inheritance like single inheritance, multiple inheritance, multi-level inheritance, hybrid inheritance, hierarchical inheritance, multipath inheritance. Total 6 types of inheritances are there. That concept you will be having in the chapter 5. So before that, I just want to know about the definition of this. You just have to be familiar with what is the definition for inheritance. Inheritance is a concept of creating a new class from existing class. Or inheritance is a concept of inheriting the properties from one class to another class. So iOStream is a class, iStream is a class which is inheriting from this iOS, because iOS is the base class for every input output class, and OStream is a class or derived class which is derived from this iOS base class, and iOStream is the another class which is nothing but which is derived from both this iStream class and OStream class. And from this iStream we have derived one more class called iStream with assign, and OStream we are derived with one more class called OStream with assign, and iStream we have one more class called iStream with assign. Okay, this is the hierarchy of this stream classes. iOS is the super class. From this iOS super class, we have this iStream class and OStream class, and we have one more pointer called this stream buffer. And from this iStream and OStream, this iOStream class is derived. And from this iStream, we are deriving one more class called iStream with assign. And from this iOStream, we are deriving this iStream with assign and OStream with assign. And this is the hierarchy. In some of the textbooks they have written like this. Okay, they are otherwise in the case of this C++ compiler also, if you open this iOS hierarchy, it should be in this manner. So this is your iOS class which is the super class. All these are there in the iostream.h header file. Okay, iostream.h header file is there. In this iostream.h header file only, all this this iOS is the base class for every class. Whenever you include this iostream.h header file, in that header file we have these all classes. So iOS is the super class. From this iOS class we have derived this. So always the direction should be in this manner from top to bottom. So it indicates that iStream is a class which is derived from iOS. So this iStream class which is derived from this iOS, and I have one more class called OStream. OStream is the class which is derived from this iOS class. From this iStream and from this OStream, from both these classes, I will inherit this iOStream. So iOStream is the, if I want to do both input output operation, then generally we will create object first this iOStream class. Yeah. So this is your iOS class hierarchy, in which we have the iOS is a super class. From this iOS super class, we are deriving one more class called iStream. Okay, iStream class, and this is your OStream class. from this both this iStream class and OStream class, we are deriving one more class called iOStream class. So whenever I want to do this input output operations, then I will create an object for this iOStream class. But if I want to do only input operation, then iStream class. If I want to do only output operation, then I will write OStream class. And Cin is an object of this iStream class, and Cout is an object of this OStream class. And from this one, we are deriving one more class called stream buffer. Okay, from this iOS class, we are deriving one more class called stream buffer, which is used to control the buffer, because we are discussing about stream. Stream is nothing but it is a buffer. So if you want to control flash, if I want, because once that buffer is used, buffer is nothing but memory. Some part of the memory will be used as a buffer. So once that memory is used, if that memory is not unused, then I have to empty that space. So for controlling that everything, we are using this stream buffer class. And in the same manner, we are all having this in the iostream.h header file. This is our iostream.h header file. So in case of this iostream, so they may ask question like, what are the different classes that are there in iostream.h header file? So what are the different classes? Like iOS class, iStream class, OStream class, iostream class, and stream buffer class. Stream buffer class is used to which is used to just to control the streams. Like from this iOS class, we are having one more class called this fstream base. This is your fstream base class. This is your fstream base class. So there is a slight difference. Okay, a slight difference between both this. This will be indicated. Generally, just want to differentiate these two. We are writing a line. So there is nothing but this is all about fstream class. This is all about fstream class. Fstream is nothing but if you want to do this file operations, like if I want to read the file, if I want to write the file, if I want to append the data into the file. So everything that is related to this file handling can be done by using this fstream.h header file. So in the same manner, I'm taking the data from the keyboard. In the same manner, I can take the data from the file. So I can write the data into the file, or if I want to erase the contents of the file, or if I want to append the data at the end of the file, everything can be done by using this file stream.h. In case of C language, we will having this file.h. In the same manner, we have this fstream.h. Okay, in case of C language, we have stdio.h. In the same manner, we have iostream.h. So from this stream buffer, we are deriving one more class called file buffer. And in the same manner, from this iOS class, we are deriving one more class called fstream base class. From this one, both from this iStream class and from this fstream base class, multiple inheritance, it is deriving a new class called ifstream. So ifstream is used to if I want to do only input operation using on the files, then I will use this ifstream. In the same manner, if I want to do output operations on the files, then I have this ofstream class. So this ofstream class is derived from both this stream buffer, fstream base class, and also this ostream class. And from both this ifstream and ofstream classes, we are deriving this fstream class. This is your fstream class. And from the stream buffer, we are deriving this file buffer. Okay. Hope you are clear, right? This hierarchy, this is very important question. Definitely you will get for 5 marks. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
This diagram is very important. If you write diagram also, you will get minimum of 4 marks. Okay. So this is your iOS is the base class for everyone. Okay. So iOS is the base class for all the input output operations in case of C++. So from this iOS class, we have iStream and OStream, and from this iStream and OStream, we are deriving iOStream. From this iOS class, I can derive the stream buffer class. And in the exactly similar, which is everything related to this iostream.h, which is used to do input output operations on the standard input output devices. Standard input device is the keyboard, standard output device is the monitor. In the same manner, if I want to do these input output operations on the file, so everything this is your normal IO. This is your standard input output device. This is your file IO. This is your file IO. If I want to do these operations on the files, then fstream base is the class which is derived from this iOS class. From this fstream base class and this iStream class, we are deriving this ifstream. From this fstream base class and this ostream, we are deriving this ofstream. From both this ifstream and ofstream, I am deriving this fstream. And this stream buffer, we are deriving this file buffer. And we will give some description about this one. iOS class is the base class which will contain basic facilities that are used by all the input output classes. If you want to do both the input output operations or formatting input output operation, everything can be provided by using this iOS base class. It also contains pointer to the buffer object, that is nothing but stream buffer. Okay, it also contains this pointer to buffer object, that is nothing but stream buffer అనేది కూడా class A, but it will always interact with this by using this pointer to objects. So next, stream buffer provides an interface to physical device through buffers. Okay, so physical device toti direct interact avakunda direct if I want to interact in between, we should have the buffers. So these buffers are provided by using this stream buffer class. And next, iStream class, which is inherits all the properties of this iOS class, and it has this extraction operator. Okay, iStream is having this extraction operator, and it has all these methods like get method, getLine method, and read method. Get method is used to read a single character, and getLine method is used to read more than one character. Like string ni only single character ni manamu retrieve cheyalante get method anedi use chestam, and getLine is a method which is used to read more than one character, and read method is used to read a group of multiple bytes. Even getLine anedi single bit at a time, single byte at a time. GetLine also I can read one byte at a time or more than one byte at a time. But read if I want to read a binary data like text file kakunda, if I want to read a audio file or image file, or it may be video file, then I will go use this read method. So these are all the members of this member functions of this iStream class. So iStream class ki total 3 inka more number of member functions are there, but some of the member functions which are important by using this iStream class is getLine and read, and it has an extraction operator called this one, and it has what is the object for this iStream class? Can anyone tell what is the object for iStream class? What is the object for iStream class? Very good. Cin is an object of OStream class, iStream class. Okay, and in the same manner we have OStream class, which is inheriting the properties of iOS, and it has an insertion operator, and put and write. Okay, put is used to display single character, and write is a function which is used to display more than one character or string or any other data. Okay, that is image data. These are all the member functions of this OStream class. And what is the object for this OStream class?
Cout.
Cout. Cout is an object of OStream class. So iOStream class inherits the properties of both this iStream and OStream class through multiple inheritance. We will discuss what is multiple inheritance. What is multiple inheritance in nothing but deriving a class from 2 or more base classes. So C is a class which is derived from 3 base classes. Okay, more than minimum 2 undali, more than 2 unna gaani, then that is comes under this multiple inheritance. Deriving a class from 2 or more base classes. This is one base class, this is another base class, this is another base class. If I want to derive a class from more than one base class, that is called multiple inheritance. So here I am using multiple inheritance class for deriving this iOStream class. And the class iOS is declared as a virtual base class, so that only one copy of its members inherited by the iOS stream. Okay, we will discuss what is virtual base class in the 5th chapter. At that time we will understand. And next, iStream with assign, and OStream with assign, and iOStream with assign. These are all assignment operators to its base classes. So we have seen in the diagram, that is this is here I have not written, but here this is there. That is nothing but iStream with assign, and iStream with iOStream with assign, and iOStream with assign. These are also some of the classes which are doing this assignment operators. Okay, whenever I am using this, adding this assignment operators to its base classes, we will use this one. And cout, which is directly to display, it is predefined object of this OStream class. And similarly, C is seen as an object of this iStream with assign class, or I can directly say iStream class or OStream with assign class. Okay, so these are about this one. So the iStream and OStream classes control the input and output functions respectively. The iOS is the base class of these two classes. The member functions of these classes handle formatted or unformatted operations at the input and output. So the functions get and getLine and read are the overloaded extraction operator are defined in the iStream class. The functions put, write, and overloaded insertion operator are defined in the OStream class. This we have seen. So iStream is a class, is also a derived class only. iOStream class is a derived class which is deriving from both this iStream class and OStream classes. It is derived from both these iStream classes and OStream classes. There are 3 other useful derived classes which are nothing but iStream with assign, and OStream with assign, and iOStream. Okay, inherited from OStream and iStream. Then IOS is subclass. IOS is not subclass. IOS is the superclass. Okay. If you see this one, if you see this diagram, iOS is the superclass for every class. So from this iOS class, we are deriving this iStream and OStream. From this iStream and OStream, I am deriving IOStream. There is a slight difference. This is not iOS. This is IOStream. Okay. This is IOStream and this is IOS. IOS is different and IOStream is different. So don't confuse with that. So, and there are some more useful derived classes. Okay. So what are those derived classes? This is iStream with assign and OStream with assign and iStream with assign and OStream with assign, and this is your IOStream with assign. IOStream with assign. They are derived from the iStream, OStream and IOStream classes. So from these classes, we are having some more classes. Actually, that I have not mentioned from this one. From this iStream class, we are having this iStream with assign. iStream with assign. And next, from this OStream class, we have this OStream with assign. With assign. And from this IOStream, we have this IOStream with assign. Okay, these are also some of the classes that are there. Okay, which are used to interact with the IOStream class. This one. And what is this file handling? So these are all about this stream classes. Okay, yeah. And the next one is your file handling in C++. So how to handle these files? Okay, so what are these files and streams? So files are used to store the data permanently. So whenever I want to store the data permanently, then I will use these files. In case of normal files, text files kani, edaina kani, text file kani, levathe word files kani, PDF files kani, or anything. What are the purpose of image files kavachu, anything which are used to store the data permanently on the hard disk, that is D drive kani, level C drive kani, anything. So in case of that one, we will, if I want to store the data permanently, then I will use these files. So stream, what is the main difference between stream and files? Stream is just abstraction that represents a device on which it's a buffer kind of thing, which input and output operations are performed. So I cannot directly interact with the keyboard. So in between I have a iStream buffer. I cannot directly interact with the monitor. So in between that one, we have intermediary, that is OStream buffer. So these streams are just a device independent. Okay, device, which makes the device independent, which makes the programs device independent. So those are not directly depend upon the devices. Those are not directly interacting with the devices. In between, we have this group of bytes. Stream can basically be represented as a source or destination of characters of indefinite length. Okay, this is like a buffer. And file handling in C++, that is nothing but file represents storage medium for storing the data or information. Stream refers to sequence of bytes. So they may ask for 2 marks or 1 mark question, like what is the difference between files and streams? You can directly write this. File represents a storage medium for storing the data or information permanently, but stream is nothing but a sequence of bytes. So files, we store the data, text or binary data permanently. Okay, I can store the data which is of text type. Text ante nothing but .txt files kaavachu, document file kaavachu, PDF file kaavachu, which will contain the data in the form of text. But what is binary data is nothing but which is in the form of binary form, that is nothing but images కావచ్చు, లేకపోతే audio files కావచ్చు, లేకపోతే video files కావచ్చు, those comes under this binary data. Only text containing means text data. So sometimes this text, inside the text also I can have this image data, okay, permanently. And this data used, but if I want to read and write the data in the form of input output operation by transferring the bytes of data. So what is this file handling is nothing but I already stored the data in the files. In case of this text files కావచ్చు, binary data అనేది store చేశాను. If you want to read or write the data into those files, then I have to discuss about this files, file IO, that is handling file IO. So we are using file streams or file handling for this purpose. So file handling is an important part of all the programs. Most of the applications will have their own features to save some data to the local disk. So most of the data will be saved on the disk, and I just want to read the data from this one. So that's why C++ file input output classes simplify such file read write operations for the programmer by providing easier use of classes. So by using C++ program, I just want to write the data into the file. By using this C++ program, I just want to read the data from the file. So for this one, I have this in the same manner, we directly I don't want to interact with the disk. Directly I don't want to interact with the keyboard, so that's why I'm having this input stream. In the same manner, I don't want to interact with the monitor, then I have a output stream, that is O stream plus. In the same manner, if I want to interact with the files, because the files are stored in the hard disk, so if I want to write the data into the files, so if I want to write the data into the files, then in between we have a stream called OF stream. This is called output file stream, which is nothing but OF stream. And in the same manner, if you want to read the data from the file, then in between I have a stream called this IF stream. All of it clear, right? All of it clear, right?
Yes, sir.
This is called file handling. So in case of higher languages, we have different concepts like ODBC and JDBC, and we have different concepts. Okay, these are called, which are nothing but files అనేవి మనకి data అనేది stored in the files. So if you want to మన ప్రోగ్రామ్ ద్వారా నేను ఆ డేటాని తీసుకోవాలనుకుంటే, in case of Java we will have this JDBC concept, that is nothing but Java database connectivity. So in case of this files are there in the databases or hard disk లో ఉంటాయి. దాంట్లో నుంచి నేను, if I want to interact with the this one, we have this JDBC interface. In the same manner, this is a interface. I cannot directly, by using C++ program, I want to read the data from the files. Here I am not reading the data from the keyboard. I just want to read the data from the files. Text file లో నుంచి డేటాని రీడ్ చేయాలనుకుంటే, in between I have a interface called OFST. And in the same manner, from this my C++ program, I want to display the data onto the monitor. So monitor పైన డేటాని డిస్ప్లే చేద్దాం అనుకుంటున్నాను. Then in between I have this OFST, IFST. Okay, so this is about file handling. So in the tomorrow's class we will discuss in detail what is this file handling. Hope you are clear with the today's class, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay then, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
right.
sir.
Thank you.